There is something profoundly satisfying about completing a challenging task. That feeling when you finish a race, accomplish a project at work, or even just finish cleaning up after a really successful party. You get to stand back, take a deep breath, and savor the accomplishment. It is an amazing feeling. But in our journey toward minimalism, I sometimes hear a common phrase that goes like this: decluttering is a process, and I'm fine with that. There's no endpoint to decluttering anyway. But as with any task, isn't there a moment of completion, a time when the work is done? A moment of pure satisfaction when the hard work is finally over? Yes, of course there is. There is an endpoint to decluttering, and it is wonderful. Decluttering, like many worthy endeavors, requires dedication, of course, so it's easy to believe that this is a never-ending cycle. And while it's true that we need to stay vigilant against clutter returning, that doesn't mean we never experience the moment of accomplishment. Minimalism, as I've come to realize, does indeed have an endpoint. It's not about achieving an entirely empty room or living with just a backpack. Instead, it's about reaching a point where the things you own serve a purpose in your life and do not distract you from your greatest passion. It's a beautiful moment when you look around your space and think, this environment frees me to pursue what's important. Does it mean there are no unnecessary possessions remaining? Probably not, but there is a moment when the initial work feels completed. Now, that doesn't mean decluttering can't still be a journey. It took us 3 months to declutter our main living spaces and 9 months to address the entire home. Then 3 years later, we moved into a smaller house. So the process was not without its challenges, and it wasn't overnight. But every step we took brought us closer to the end point. And here's why I think this is so important. Believing that decluttering is an unending process can keep us from making progress. If there's no end to this journey, what's the point of working hard to minimize our unneeded things? No matter what you do, there will always be more left. But there is a profound difference between living a decluttered life and always decluttering. Living a decluttered life is possible, and you can achieve it. Yes, there's maintenance. New possessions enter our homes, seasons of life change, kids grow older. But once you've reached that initial milestone, the hardest work is over. Maintaining a minimized space is way easier than getting there. And trust me, reaching that spot is wonderful. So what does it look like when the decluttering is done? You have more time. You spend less time cleaning, organizing, and looking for things, and doing more of the things that you love. You find more freedom. Without the weight of excess possessions, you are lighter, freer, and more control of your life. You discover more contentment. Once you realize you have everything you need, contentment comes easier. You experience more financial stability. Maintaining fewer things and less impulse buying means more savings and more opportunity to finally get ahead. You live with more intentionality. Every possession becomes a conscious choice. You begin to apply this intentionality in other aspects of your life as well. Some of the greatest benefits of minimalism are discovered when you reach the finish line. Does this mean you'll never buy or acquire anything new again? Of course not. There may be times when things begin to accumulate a bit in your home, but removing a few things every so often is much easier than decluttering your entire home the first time. I don't want this video to discourage anyone who is struggling to make progress. Just the opposite. I want to encourage you to not get lost in the belief that decluttering has no end. There is a finish line, and the harder you work to get there, the better. So if you're still on a journey towards minimalism, keep going. The end point is real, achievable, wonderful, and probably closer than you think. If you found meaning in this video, it would mean a lot if you shared, liked, or commented. And to not miss any of my weekly videos, please subscribe. All of your interactions help quite a bit in spreading this message.